There is a strange social paradox at play in most interactions. The more energy you invest in forcing someone to like you, the more likely you are to ensure your own rejection. You push for a connection, and the other person seems to instinctively repel. Compare how you act around your closest friends versus a high-stakes crush. With friends, you are relaxed, authentic, and comfortable being weird. But around someone you want to impress, that natural ease often vanishes, replaced by a calculated version of yourself. This feedback loop illustrates the pedestal effect. Placing someone above you shifts interactions towards approval-seeking. You protect an image rather than sharing your unique freak flag. This creates a behavioral blockage. By walking on eggshells, you stop being present, performing a strategy to extract a result. The other person feels the strategy as an unspoken demand. Because you're hiding your true thoughts to gain approval, you are essentially asking them to validate a persona you don't even fully believe in. They feel the weight of having to choose someone who isn't actually showing up, which creates an exhausting sense of pressure. Trying to win someone over by abandoning yourself doesn't build a bridge. It creates a vacuum where your personality should be, leaving the other person with nothing to connect to, except the heavy expectation that they provide the validation you aren't giving yourself. To shift this dynamic, you have to realize that reality operates like a mirror. People generally treat you based on the internal cues you provide. If you treat yourself as someone who needs to be fixed or hidden, others will reflect that lack of value back to you. Tony Robbins uses a specific framework to help people identify why they started hiding their true selves in the first place. He traces these masks back to early survival, child, or the helper to feel secure. These aren't permanent personality traits, they are survival strategies. You adopted them as a child to manage your environment, and you've been carrying those outdated files into your adult relationships. Growth involves shifting from being a noun, a fixed, rigid role like the people pleaser, to being a verb. As a verb, you are a fluid expression of whatever you are feeling and thinking in the present moment, rather than a pre-packaged character from your past. The exhaustion you feel in social settings comes from the massive amount of energy required to maintain that rigid childhood noun. Authenticity is actually the path of least resistance, because it doesn't require you to manage a mask. You can relieve this social exhaustion by intentionally flattening the hierarchy. You have to stop viewing the world as a ladder, where some people are inherently above you. When you recognize that even the most authoritative or attractive people are simply mortal humans with their own flaws and uncertainties, the pressure to perform for them disappears. You are no longer auditioning, you are simply interacting. Mimicking people you admire actually works against you. It forces you to abandon the exact quirks and unique perspectives that would actually make you stand out to them. Shift your focus away from managing their opinion of you. Instead, focus on being an open vessel for your own thoughts and feelings. Your job isn't to get them on board, it's to express yourself clearly and see who resonates with that energy. Removing the hierarchy transforms your energetic signature. You stop looking like an anxious seeker and begin to appear as a grounded, magnetic presence that people are naturally drawn toward. Stepping into this new state isn't a passive process. It involves releasing years of stored mechanical tension in your social habits. This is the tension of initiation. You will feel a distinct physical discomfort the first time you set an authentic boundary or share an unpopular truth. Your brain will interpret this social risk as a threat to your survival. Lean into that discomfort. That sensation is the feeling of your childhood survival strategies losing their grip. It is the necessary friction required to move from a fixed role into a state of authentic expression. To reinforce this state, practice giving what you want to receive. Offer a genuine compliment or share a helpful idea without any expectation of a specific result. When you give without wanting something back, it trains your brain to operate from a mindset of abundance. By proactively sharing your energy, you demonstrate that you aren't in a state of scarcity or survival, which makes your presence far more compelling. The ultimate test of this freedom is reaching a point where you can comfortably give others the opportunity to not choose you. When you no longer need their approval to feel secure, you become truly magnetic. Becoming dangerously attractive requires letting go of the stored tension that keeps your childhood masks in place. To begin that physical release, check out the somatic breathwork link in the description and start shedding the roles that no longer serve you.